You want to start with your arch of your foot directly over the center of the Bosu ball. At this point, you want to push forward, then back to center, laterally, back to center, to the rear, back to center, and then medially, back to center. Medially and laterally, you won't have much motion. You're just looking to build those stabilizer muscles. And this will help just incorporate everything involved in your foot strike, just to give you a more even, balanced strike on the ground versus landing more on your toes or inverting your foot on the ground strike. Next exercise, same starting position. The foot that's not on the Bosu ball should have a slight bend in it. Try to keep your toe pulled back towards your face. Then you're going to kick explosively forward, backwards, then laterally to the outside, and then laterally across your body. Make sure the leg on the Bosu ball has a slight bend in it. You want to try to create enough force to generate a little instability on the leg that's on the ball. Don't overkick with the swinging leg. You just want to move enough to generate some force to create a good stopping point. Next exercise, same starting position. Press down laterally on the Bosu ball towards the outside. The foot that's on the Bosu ball should maintain the same level, which means the inside of the foot should come off of the Bosu ball when you're pressing down laterally. When you're pressing behind, the front of the foot should stay flat on the ball and the heel should come off of the ball. Make sure you maintain a slight bend in the leg that's on the Bosu ball. Try to maintain a nice upright body posture. This exercise, start with your toes over the center of the Bosu ball. Stand up, slight bend in the knee. The ball should be slanted back to start. You want to do a toe raise. The ball should go flat, and then you're going to control your deceleration back down to a slanted Bosu ball position again. Make sure you maintain a slight bend in the leg that you're standing on. So for this exercise, you want to flip the Bosu ball over on the flat side. Start on top. The white circle on top of the ball should pretty much split you directly in the center. You want to sink your hips and start to run in place. You want to pretty much move at the pace as if you were on like a decent break or a transition play. Try to keep your body to be at the top of the ball and your hips down Don't let yourself get all the way to the sides. Gives you a good chance to roll your ankle on the side of the ball. You want to definitely avoid that. Same starting position, same movement. After every 5 strides on each leg, you want to add a quarter turn to your movement. Once you get to the point where you make a full circle, reverse your motion. For this exercise, you want to start about 1 foot, shoulder, body length apart away from the Bosu ball. Sink the hips. Your outside foot will be on the ground. Your inside foot will be up to start. Explode to the Bosu ball, landing on the inside foot, returning back to the outside foot. Make sure your body is going with your momentum. Don't just reach with your foot. Your left pec should kind of stay right over top of your left thigh and left knee as you land on the ball, and vice versa with the right. Make sure you control the tempo and the height. We're not really looking for a lot of distance. We want to focus more on stability of the landing of the Bosu ball as well as the ground striking foot. So for this exercise, we're just going to add a second Bosu ball and replicate that same motion there. Still focusing on keeping those hips down. You want to bring that second foot to the Bosu ball, though, to help gather for balance and stability. Pause in between each rep, and then explode back over. For this exercise, slide the Bosu ball in about 1 inch on each side. Explode laterally. This time you want to try to land with your left foot kind of a little bit center. Right foot should be a little bit off center. And you want to explode up and then land center. Make sure you sink the hips when you land. At first, don't worry about jumping for height. You want to jump and just really focusing on keeping your hips down when you land, going back into a nice squatted motion to transfer your weight evenly back to your muscles and not to your joints. Next exercise is ankling. What you want to do is picture yourself having a wire coming out of your ankle. You want to just step high enough to get over that, keeping your toes pulled back towards the face, landing on the balls of the feet. Your heels should never touch the ground for this drill here. Short steps. If you're working in about a 10-yard radius, you should be able to get about 50 reps in. For our last drill here, it's just like ankling, but you want to move that wire up to just underneath your calf. Still focusing on dorsiflexing the toes, stepping over, landing on the balls of the feet, striking the ground behind the hips. Taking advantage of your forward momentum, you don't want to hit on your toes and create a braking force. By dorsiflexing the toes and driving down, you should be able to land on the balls of your feet and be able to maintain your motion. Once again, your heels should never really touch the ground here.